Alright, this is gonna take you guys back. Oh shit, almost forgot.
Hello, people.
Anyway, okay. If you grew up in the US, there's a very good chance a police officer came into your classroom, handed you a red t shirt, and told you drugs would instantly ruin your life. That's what we're talking about today. It's called the DARE program, the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. A program that taught millions of kids just say no, gave us some of the most iconic school assemblies of all time, and somehow convinced an entire generation that one puff of weed would turn you into a homeless criminal jazz musician. Was DARE effective? I wouldn't say it was effective, but it was well intentioned. And why does everyone joke about it now? Let's talk about it. DARE was founded in 1983 in Los Angeles. The goal was simple: prevent kids from using drugs. What was their method? Police officers come into schools, teach kids about drugs, tell them drugs are bad, leave. Which, to be fair, sounds responsible. DARE targeted elementary and middle school students because apparently the best time to explain cocaine is right after learning long division. Kids learned about peer pressure, self-esteem, and decision-making, and of course, drugs, and they were described as evil, mysterious substances that would instantly destroy your life. Sure, some of them are true, but others aren't. Now let's talk about the DARE officer, because every school had that one cop. You remember him or her. Big uniform, gun on hip, very serious tone, somehow teaching 10-year-olds about heroin. You know, nothing makes a kid feel relaxed like a fully armed law enforcement officer explaining meth to them. You know? The idea was that police officers would be positive role models. And honestly, a few of them were. They cared, they meant well, but the message often came off as a bit intense. Like, let's put it like this. Most kids, when they're young, like, when the DARE program comes in, they don't know what it is. And that's one of the best ways to handle it. Just wait until they get older to explain stuff like that to them. Explain the bad shit to them, you know? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The whole memo was, if you take drugs, you will ruin your family, your future, your dog will leave you, and society will collapse. DARE's core message was simple: all drugs are bad, all drugs are equally bad, one time is too many. Marijuana, same level as heroin. Alcohol, evil. Prescription drugs, basically poison. Now here's the problem. Kids grow up. When students got older and realized, wait, weed didn't instantly destroy my cousin's life, it made the entire message feel exaggerated. When you exaggerate everything, kids start believing nothing. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, researchers started studying DARE's effectiveness. The results were not great. Multiple studies found that DARE had little to no effect at reducing drug use. Some studies even suggested it made kids more curious about drugs, which is not ideal when your program is called the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. Turns out, telling kids never to do this thing without nuance can backfire, especially when they later realize the adults weren't being fully honest. Now, we need to talk about DARE t-shirts. Somehow, the most successful thing DARE ever produced was merchandise. Nothing says counterculture like wearing the official uniform of a government anti-drug program. At some point, Dare shirts became ironic fashion. Skaters, stoners, celebrities, and everyone wore them. And honestly, that's kind of hilarious. The Dare program became a joke, not because kids wanted to do drugs, because the program felt outdated, unrealistic, and kind of patronizing. Nobody likes being patronized. Trust me. As someone with ADHD, it's fucking rough. Here's a few examples of why people use drugs: no harm reduction, no mental health context, no room for questions. Kids aren't stupid when you talk at them. Instead of with them, they notice. And they will absolutely joke about it. To be fair, and this matters, Dare wasn't evil. It wasn't some villain program trying to get you to stop doing good things. It was trying to educate you on a few of the worst drugs you can do. But they got out of hand and started going with, yeah, just every drug is bad. You know? It came from genuine fear during the height of the war on drugs. Parents were scared, communities were scared, and Dare felt proactive. It also taught some genuinely useful things: confidence, saying no to pressure, communication skills. Those parts were actually good. Today, many schools have moved away from Dare and toward more evidence-based programs, but they still don't do a whole lot. New approaches include honest drug education, harm reduction, mental health awareness, open discussion, and just the overall death of scare tactics. Yeah, that's right. As it turns out, honesty works better than fear-mongering everybody. Dare is one of those things that perfectly represents its era. It meant well, it tried, it failed in some pretty big ways. And now it mostly lives on as a cultural joke, but also kind of a reminder of how not to educate people. So what did we learn here? Shit, I don't fucking know. Oh shit. Okay, I'm back after a short pause because I forgot the rest of my script, so I had to read it all the way back through. Anyway, Dare taught millions of kids about drugs, just not always in the right way. It showed us that fear doesn't equal education, and yelling, just saying no, isn't a strategy. But hey, we got cool shirts, unforgettable assemblies, and shared childhood trauma, or something like that. So, now I got a question for you guys. Did you guys take the Dare program seriously? Did you laugh? Or did you just want the t-shirt? It's okay if you chose one, because nobody's perfect. I mean, shit, I forgot, like, the last little bit of my script just now. So, it'll be okay.